Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the electric field due to an electric dipole at a point on the axial line. Let us take an electric dipole which has two equal and opposite charges. They are negative charge minus Q and positive charge plus Q. Negative charge is placed at the point A, positive charge is placed at the point B. Here we have taken the electric dipole. Let O be the center of the electric dipole. As we have discussed earlier, the distance between the two charges in an electric dipole is 2a. So here the distance between the midpoint and the negative charge is a. The distance between the midpoint and positive charge is also a. So the distance between the two charges is 2a. Here I am going to take the point C on the axial line in the x-axis. That point is at the distance r from the midpoint of the electric dipole. The distance between the center of the dipole O and the point C where you are going to find the electric field is r. Now we are going to find the electric field at the point C due to this electric dipole. Since electric dipole has two charges, there will be two electric field at the point C. First electric field is provided by the positive charge and second one is provided by the negative charge. So we have to find the two electric fields separately, then we can add the two electric fields. That will gives you the net electric field at the point C due to the electric dipole. Here I have written the common expression for the electric field at a point due to a point charge. E vector that is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught q by r square into r cap. Here r is nothing but the distance between the point charge and the point where you are going to find the electric field. To find the electric field in this case, we have to find the distance between the point charges and the point C. To find the electric field given by the positive charge at the point C, we need the distance between the positive charge and the point C. To measure the distance, I have taken the small portion from that diagram. I have taken 3 points, point O and point B where we have kept the positive charge and the point C. We know that already distance between the point O and the positive charge is A. The distance between point O and the point C is R. From that diagram you can write. Now you need only the distance between positive charge and the point C. How can you get? So this small distance A want to be subtracted from this distance R. Then you can get the distance between the positive charge and point C. So from this distance R, you can subtract this value. So you can get R minus A. That's nothing but the distance between the positive charge and the point C. Now we can write the expression for the electric field given by the positive charge. You can refer the common expression. E vector that is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught q divided by, in a common expression we have written the distance square. Here in this case, what is the distance between the positive charge and the point C? R minus A, the whole square. Since it is a vector quantity, we have to mention the direction also. The electric field given by the positive charge is act along BC. Like this only it acts, so we can mention along BC. To understand the direction, imagine there is a positive charge at the point C. Then what will be the force between the two charges? There will be a repulsive force. So both are like charges, so there will be a repulsive force. So the force will act along this direction, that means BC. So in the same direction only will provides the electric field. So that's why we have written the electric field due to positive charge along this direction. Here in this expression I have written the unit vector P cap that has the positive value. To understand that, let us take C as a origin. Then what is the direction of the electric field given by the positive charge? It acts along the positive x-axis. So this unit vector will have the positive value. Now we are going to find the electric field given by the negative charge at the point C. For that we need the distance between the negative charge and the point C. Like in last case, I have taken the small part from that diagram. Here also I have taken the 3 points. Point A where we have kept the negative charge and point O and point C only I have taken. I have forgot the positive charge. Now you have to find the distance between the point A, that means negative charge, and the point C. So this is easy only. So from C to O, what is the distance? R. From O to negative charge, what is the distance? A. So what is the total distance? R plus A. Then what is the distance between point C and the negative charge? Total distance is R plus A. Here I have written the expression for the electric field given by the negative charge. E vector, that is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught q by, here what is the distance? R plus A the whole square into minus p cap. Here unit vector has the minus value, negative value. To understand that, we need the direction of the electric field which is given by the negative charge. Like the last case, let us take C as a origin. Then what about the direction of the electric field given by the negative charge? It will act along this direction. To understand the direction, let us imagine there is a positive charge at the point C. Then what will be the force between the negative charge and the positive charge? It will be attractive force. So it will act along this direction. The positive charge will be attracted by the negative charge, so that will act along this direction. The same direction only the electric field also acts. So suppose C as a origin means, what is the direction of the electric field by the negative charge? It will act along the negative x-axis. That's why unit vector has the negative value. If you face any difficulty to find the direction and the sign of the unit vectors, you can make use of the alternative method. So in this method, we are going to mention the sign of the charges. So the electric field given by the positive charge, that is equal to, as usually you can write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught plus q. I told already, sign of the charge want to be written plus q divided by distance square, r minus a the whole square, plus p cap. To find the direction of here, what about the direction of the unit vector? Imagine you are moving from the point charge to that point. So here I am going to move from the positive charge to point C. I have to move in this direction, that is positive x-axis only. Right side I am moving. So plus p cap I can write. Next, the electric field given by the negative charge. E vector, that is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught. In this second method, we have to mention the sign of the charge. So that's why I mentioned the minus q divided by r plus a the whole square into, I have written plus p cap itself. In this method, I have written minus p cap. I have explained the logic. If it is difficult means, you can take this one. So here I have written plus p cap. In this method, how can we get the direction of the unit vector? Imagine you are moving from the particular charge to that point. So here negative charge to point you are moving. Imagine you are moving. You have to move in this direction only. So you have to move in the right side, towards the right side. That's nothing but a positive x-axis. So in this case, unit vector we have the positive value. So the minus, here minus is there, no, that can be taken in front of that. So E vector due to negative charge, that is equal to minus 1 by 4 by epsilon naught q by r square, r plus a the whole square p cap. Here in this case, that minus can be taken in front of the expression. Minus p cap is written, so that can be written, the minus can be taken in front of that. In both the cases, we are getting the same expression only. Either this one want to be used, or we can use a second expression. Which one is, which technique is easy for you, that can be used. Since positive charge is located closer to the point C than the negative charge, the electric field given by the positive charge is stronger than the electric field given by the negative charge. Therefore, the length of the E plus vector is drawn larger than that of the E minus vector. In these expressions, P cap can be called as electric dipole moment unit vector. The total electric field at point C is calculated using the superposition principle of the electric field. That means we can add the two electric fields, we can get the total electric field. So total electric field at the point C, that is equal to addition of the two electric fields. So total electric field, that is equal to, what is the E plus value? 1 by 4 by epsilon naught q by r minus a the whole square into p cap. Actually plus is there, but in this expression we have the minus sign. So minus 1 by 4 by epsilon naught q by r plus a the whole square into p cap. In this one, in this expression, which is a common thing that can be taken outside. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q and the p cap, they are the common things. There is only difference in the distance. Here I have taken the common things. There is nothing but a q by 4 pi epsilon naught, that is taken outside, and p cap is also taken outside. So inside the bracket we have 1 by r minus a the whole square minus 1 by r plus a the whole square. Here normal cross multiplication you can do. So r plus a the whole square can be multiplied here. Here r minus a the whole square can be multiplied here. Cross multiplication we have done here. So divided by r square minus a square whole square, which is resemble to a plus b into a minus b, that is equal to a square minus b square. Using that expression only we have written this. For the numerator we can use the a plus b the whole square formula. So here total electric field, that is equal to, I have taken q by 4 pi epsilon naught, that is a constant value, so we can write k. So here we can use the formula, so r square plus a square plus 2ra. For this expression r minus a the whole square, that is nothing but r square plus a square minus 2ra. The denominator as it is we can write. So the minus can be taken in front of the, inside the bracket. Here I have taken the minus inside the bracket. So r square minus a square minus a square, that can be cancelled. So the numerator we have the 2ra, there also 2ra, it is nothing but a 4ra. Here I have written the new expression for the total electric field. Total electric field, that is equal to k into 4ra divided by r square minus a square whole square into p cap. Here you can compare the length r with the length a. So r is very much greater than a. So a can be neglected from this expression. So at the denominator we have the change, that is nothing but r square power 2, that can be written as r power 4. Actually r power 4. Already we have r there, so that can be cancelled. So we can get the new form, that is 4a by r cube. So what is the value of that k? K is a constant value. What is the value? Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here at the numerator we have 4a, that can be written as 2 into 2a. 2 into 2a. I am going to modify the equation. Total electric field, that is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Q can be taken inside. So 2 into q into 2a divided by r cube into p cap. Here you can see the product of charge and distance between the two charges in the electric field. That is nothing but a 2qa. That is nothing but a dipole moment, electric dipole moment. So instead of q, 2a, I can write dipole moment p. Here magnitude of the dipole moment p and dipole moment unit vector p cap is there. So you know that magnitude and unit vector both are multiplied, means you can get the vector value. So that can be written as p vector. So now got the complete expression for the electric field given by the electric dipole at a point on the axial line. So total electric field, that is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught into 2p vector divided by r cube. Here in this case electric field is inversely proportional to r cube. Now in this diagram the direction of the total electric field is given. It acts along in the same direction of the electric field which is given by the positive charge, because we know that the magnitude of the electric field given by the positive charge is greater than the magnitude of the electric field which is given by the negative charge. So the total electric field also act along the direction of the electric field given by the positive charge.